Hello, welcome back to my month in review. This month is May. How's my May been? Busy. Busy. First thing I want to talk to you about is next month is Pride Month. So I am once again going to be doing Pride Month on my channel. I'm going to be making 2 videos each week. You're going to get one on Wednesday and one on Saturday every week throughout June, and they are all going to be gay or queer somehow. And then if you're extra lucky, you still might get that one extra bonus video on top of the scheduled videos because I have no self-control. So I hope you're excited for that. Make sure that you are subscribed so you don't miss any of that, and you have your notification bell turned on so that you get notified every single time I post one of these new videos. It feels too weird not saying it how I say it in my outro. Moving on. What have I done this month? That's the whole point of these month-in reviews. What did I do this month? Well, I actually got a lot done. I'm going to start with one of the things I'm most proud of. I started the purple on my scarf. Look at it. There's a little bit there, and it's going to be a very long scarf, but I did it. I said I would get it done, hopefully May-ish, and I did. So the scarf is in progress. Go over there now. Scarf is there, and I'm very excited because this is the last colour. It's going to be this flag over here, which is the genderqueer flag, and the scarves to buy are quite expensive and I can't afford them, but I can afford the wool and the time. I started this scarf in like 2018-ish, and now we are here. I guess it's taken far too long, but it's because I don't focus on them. I sort of start them and then I leave it months, and then I do like this much of it and then I leave it again, but not this year. This year we're fixing that. Let's get on with some medical updates because everybody loves those. If you have seen all of my videos this month, you might have seen that last week I was diagnosed with audio processing disorder. I'll put a link up here to the video where I talk through the letter I received, the testing process, and my diagnoses and what it actually means. But it was really good to get that out of the way, and yesterday, or the day before, I got a letter so I can go on with the next steps of that and get my hearing aids adjusted. We talked about getting a volume control, and they don't like giving people volume controls, and I don't know why they didn't just tell me that the first time instead of giving me one with a volume control that was just bad. So there's that. We'll see whether I actually get the volume control that I would find helpful or not. But we are going to put the extra settings on for sure no matter what, so that's going to be fun to try out. In March, the start of March, I put in a request to get a copy of my GP records, and there is a guideline, I think. I don't know if it's law or if it's a guideline, but when you put in that request they are supposed to deliver within 28 days. So 28 days later I had heard nothing, so I rang them up and they were like, oh, it's a lot of work. Really dismissive, really kind of mean actually. So I left it, and then it got to a point where I needed to know for many different clinics. And because they had been so mean to me when I rang up, and I'm already deaf so I struggle to hear anyway, and I don't want to have to put in all of that effort just for somebody to be cruel, I put in my first ever formal complaint to somewhere, and I felt like a mean bitch doing it, but it worked. So the practice manager got in touch and apologised for the way I was spoken to and said, look, we'll sort it out, don't worry, sorry you felt that way. And true to their word, they have been sorting it out. I've been talking to a different receptionist, one that I actually already kind of have interacted with, and she's great. And it turns out it is extraordinarily difficult for trans people to get a hold of their medical records, because what happened was, in an old GP practice, they changed my gender marker without me asking them to. They're not supposed to without a gender recognition certificate, I believe. That was true at the time, I don't know if it still is now, but I didn't ask for them to do it. What happened was I'm non-binary, so I was like, hey, I'm non-binary, I've changed my name, I want you to change my name. And they were like, oh, non-binary. What does that mean? And I was like, well, this is what non-binary is. And then they were like, oh, okay, coin flip. Well, we'll put you as male. So they did that, and at the time, they didn't explain to me what changing the gender marker would mean. Obviously I know some of it's kind of obvious. And then there's things like smear tests, which I won't get an automatic reminder for because I am listed as male. But what I didn't know is that they would change my NHS number at the same time, and when they did that, my old one became invalid and all of my records went yeet. And now we can't access them, so I have no medical history from prior to beginning of 2016, late 2015. There's a couple of paper records that I haven't been given yet. They're in the post on the way to my GP, who will then copy them, upload them, and then give them to me. So that's fun. I actually had a phone call this morning asking about, like, we need more details so that we can go to the back office and really try and sort this out, because we actually kind of want to know too now. So that's been fun, and I've gone through them, and another thing is an incidental finding of ovarian cysts, which I have had symptoms for since I've been going to the doctor about mystery ailments. But you know when you go into a doctor and then you list every single symptom you have and then they go, sounds like anxiety. You know as well as I do that you can't just go in with all of the things. So they listed it as an incidental finding that had no, like, assuming that I had no symptoms of it and it was to be ignored just because they were looking for back pain that day. And nobody ever asked me, do you have XYZ symptom? And if they had asked, it would have been a resounding yes, and it's getting in the way of my life. So that's another next step. So moving on to something fun. I broke a light bulb. Specifically, I broke one of the light bulbs from one of my box lights. So for the next month or so, you're going to have to deal with even more dodgy lighting than normal. But also, did you know that light bulbs, fluorescent light bulbs in particular, kind of contain mercury powder? 'Cause I didn't until I cleaned it up exactly wrong. Everything's fine because there's not enough mercury in it to really cause any problems. Like, you could, in theory, huff the light bulb and still be okay, but really don't do that. And if you can clean it up properly, do that. Don't do what I did and stand in the cloud of powder and say, I wonder what that white stuff is. What book am I reading this month? Well, I polled it on Instagram and everybody said to read A Silent Patient, or The Silent Patient, which is this book right here. And I'm like half the way through. I don't know what happens at the end yet, but I do know that I was very right when I said that I was going to be judging a book written about a woman by a man, because men should not be allowed to write about women. They just shouldn't. The writing, like, it's readable, the actual, like, is it readable and can I engage with the way that it's written? Yes, I can. Is it garbage? Absolutely yes. Am I still invested in how it turns out? Yes, I am. Yeah, it's problematic in so many ways. The women characters all have no depth. Apart from maybe the main character, Alicia, she kind of has depth. But it's very much like White Knight, saviorism. This psychotherapist has gone and sought out this patient because he knows in his heart that he can help her. He's literally moved jobs and made sure that he got this job. Like, he has chased this woman down. This is a vulnerable woman and he has, like, gone and chased her to go, like, I'm fascinated, I need to know. No. I'm just gonna put that there. I'm too lazy. Lastly, the things that I bought this month. More plants. More plants. Cue plant tour.
These two were already here last time, but you couldn't really see them. These are the 5-spot, which was the actual name that I was trying to remember the Latin for. And then here are my pea shoots. He fainted the other day, so he's now tied to a stick, and hopefully he will continue to grow upwards. And I got a little gnome because he's very cute. And a sunflower. He looks a bit sad at the moment because there were some roses right here and he was upset about the space, but now his leaves are starting to perk up a little bit, and he did have a beautiful flower right here, but that was a month ago. But now he's got lots of little blooming ones and they're going to be very, very pretty. And the petals I've taken from here are going to be used in incense making because we don't waste in this household. Not in my pagan household. This is the slightly more ridiculous one, to be honest. So what happened is, those are the black currants that you saw in my last video, and he was much smaller. He's doing very well. And then I went on a cat sitting trip and went to the local Morrison's and bought this blueberry, and then I went to Wilko to buy this pot. And then these 2 blueberries needed rescuing from Wilko because Wilko have not looked after their plants very well. So now I have 3 high bush blueberry plants, and they're bougie and they like acidity, but they have also grown a lot. And then I have some peppers, which I took the seeds out of a pepper and prepped them, and I grew more than I ever thought I would, and now they're overcrowded and I don't know how to repot seedlings yet, so if you have any ideas please let me know in the comments. I need help. And then this corn plant, which you've already seen, and I forgot what I named it. We have climbing fig? No. It's a something fig. I think it's a climbing fig, I'm not really sure. A bromeliad. A Parma palm. A spider plant, 2 cacti, and my succulent. Some of these you saw last time, some of them are new. And there are also roses downstairs. The roses that are downstairs are a little bit poorly. If they survive I will show you next month, but they came to me poorly and I've done my best.
Something else I bought this month is more makeup, and it is this very cute Heartbreaker palette, there we go, by I Heart Revolution, and it is green, and green is my favourite colour. That's the sole reason that I bought it. Is it very good? Nah, it's alright. The colours are really good, but actually getting them onto my face, it's a lot of work, so I'm having to use a lot of product to actually have a colour on, but they're very pretty, and it's so small and little that it will fit in my bag if I ever need to top up green. Finally, many thanks to Barry who bought me this wonderful webcam, which means I can now do a badge tour live stream because I will be able to position a camera and lighting in a way that you can see the badges. But next month is going to be very, very busy with Pride Month, so perhaps the month after that I can do a live stream of a badge tour and I will show you how many badges I have, and it's an ungodly amount. And if you saw in my last live stream, I talked about giving away a couple of badges that no longer suit me and the labels that I use for myself. That will be announced in that live stream, but I don't know when that live stream will be. Check in at the end of June and we'll see. So that is everything that I have done this month. It's been a busy one, and next month is going to be worse. So don't forget to like this video. Oh, now I want to be liked. So don't forget to like this video, drop a comment down below if you have any comments on anything I've said. Subscribe to my channel and ring that notification bell so you get notified every single time I post a new video. Videos go up every Saturday at 6 PM UK time, with at least one bonus video every single month. Apart from next month, which is Pride Month, and you're getting 2 videos a week plus still an extra bonus video. See ya!